Take a look at the video showing hundreds of motorcyclists taking over roads across the valley. It's a problem that's growing for years now.
And some are worried about the noise and safety risks that it poses to other drivers. Brian Will is joining us live tonight where these takeovers happen. So Brian, what can be done, if anything, about this?
Jim and Heidi, this stretch of road right here is one of those streets that has been dealing with these takeovers for years, but it's not just limited to this area. And as I learned from law enforcement today, it's hard to track down and enforce, but how quickly they move in and out of jurisdictions and areas.
Well, I call it the motorcycle convoy. There are hundreds of motorcycles.
Unfortunately, with motorcycles, it's a lot of reckless driving.
As the mercury rises, so does the number of motorcycles on the road. For this Salt Lake resident, it's been an annoyance outside her home for years.
This year it's really bad. Last year it went on, but this year there's at least triple the number of motorcyclists. From loud exhaust to skid marks and illegal maneuvers, it's all happening during the weekend in often quiet residential neighborhoods. As a homeowner, to have this coming through your neighborhood, like, are there obviously noise issues? Are they driving illegally? And what are some of the exhaust and stuff? Well, my biggest concern is the noise, because it is a tremendous noise, unbelievable. It sounds like you're in a bombing raid or something. And like the other day, it was at least twice while I was home. Motorcycle trooper Christopher Race sees the consequences of those not keeping proper distance and following the rules of the road. He's run into these takeovers before.
They do still sometimes make their way up on the freeway. They'll slow down traffic and drive recklessly up and down I-15, and we always do our best to combat that the best we can.
And, you know, is there anything like illegal about some of that, or what are some of the things that you look for as a law enforcement officer?
Anytime you're slowing down traffic, just inhibiting the free movement of traffic, that is absolutely illegal, and all of the driving patterns that usually come associated with that are definitely up to the reckless driving threshold.
And talk to us about this issue and how he sees it all the time. Law enforcement says it is hard to enforce because of how quickly they move through those areas, but majority of the riders are often riding legally. Now, luckily, this last takeover, there were no injuries reported and no citations issued. Reporting live in the Salt Lake Valley, Brian Will, KUTV 2 News.
Brian, thank you. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety says that there were more than 193,000 motorcycle deaths nationwide from 1976 to 2022. The group says that more than 22,000 of those lives could have been saved had the rider been wearing a helmet. Right now, only 17 states and Washington, D.C. have laws making it mandatory for all motorcycle riders to wear a helmet. Utah is not one of those states.
Helmets cut the risk of fatality in crashes by 37%, and it cuts the risk of traumatic brain injury by 2/3.
Helmet use in states with all rider laws is typically 3 times higher than states without those laws.